Craig, obviously a superb result last night, winning 8-1 away against the Flint side who'd only lost once in the last 5 games. It must have been a very positive mood within the camp this afternoon.
Yeah, it was definitely. It was. We all come in this morning for recovery and a top up for lads who didn't play last night, and there's a good vibe around the place. Obviously there has been for a while. We're in a very good, rich vein of form, and because it could have been a tricky one last night. You look at it, just only 2-3 weeks ago, I think. The 31st December, Connah's Quay go there and draw 0-0. So, and I think Flint had a few out at the time as well. So it could have been a tricky one. But nah, I thought obviously you're always happy with the 8-1 victory, but I thought the performance was very good as well.
Obviously with the win, we extended our lead at the top to 13 points. When you came back to the club in August, is this a position that you thought we'd be able to be in with just 21 games played?
Obviously you'd like to think so, wouldn't you? You would, obviously I've got a bit of a head start with known people at the club, still some players here, staff here, and obviously a very good squad, and won the league last year. So you would look like you would be top, but to be top by 13 points is something that I don't think you never plan for. However, I should think you should be, because we don't want complacency slipping in, and that's one thing that we've got to make sure now. Obviously 13 points ahead with 11 games to go. Just need to make sure we keep our foot flat on the floor.
Well, it's a departure from league action this weekend. We take on Newtown in the JD Welsh Cup. We've had 2 tough games in the competition already this season, against Chirk and then here at Park Hall against Carnarvon, and this weekend it's just one of 2 Old Cymru Premier ties. The draw certainly could have been kinder, and it's going to be another very tough game. Yeah,
I think it could have been kinder, but we're not going to complain. I think both previous rounds we were probably pitched against the highest seed we could have, where other teams got tier 3 or other teams got home draws or whatever it may be. But yeah, we made hard work of Chirk. That was well documented, and finishing off in penalties, and obviously the Carnarvon game was a tough game, and Newtown will be tough again on Saturday as well. And it's always tough, a one-off game, and Newtown are on a good rich vein of form myself. I think they've only been beat 1 in 5 or 6. So yeah, now we're looking forward to it. It'll be a tough game, but we're at home and we'll be favourites, and we'll be wanting to go and win the game.
Well, it's actually just 1 in 10 games that the Robins have lost. As far as our most recent opponents go, they're probably one of the most informed teams. Is there anything that we'll need to do differently or change in our approach to this game?
No, look, we're at home. The emphasis on ourselves to play our football, and I wouldn't have any other way. We've got respect for them. Obviously, we drew 0-0 earlier on in the season with them and beat them at home. But we've done our due diligence. We've watched their last 3 or 4 games. I was just watching their last game against Connah's Quay this morning, where the lads were doing the recovery. So yeah, from a staff point of view, from a player's point of view, we'll be well prepared. All our due diligence, and we'll show them the utmost respect they deserve, because they're in a rich vein of form, and they've also got players that can score goals. You look at on the goal scoring list, you've obviously got Williams and Robles, who are up in the top 5. I think there's ourselves and Newtown make up the top 5 or 6 in top goal scorers, and then Michael Wilde just underneath that. So yeah, we certainly know they can score goals, but on the flip side as well, from a league point of view, they've conceded a lot of goals as well.
Obviously the league is the most important competition, as it gives you that Champions League place if you do manage to win it. But at the start of the season, when you looked at your priorities for the season, where did winning the Welsh Cup rank?
Yeah, the next game is my priority. The next game is really my priority. I've said it numerous occasions, and for want of repeating myself, the league game last night's done, dusted, good performance. We'll take some huge positives in it, but now straight away, as soon as that whistle finished, or maybe first thing this morning, myself, the staff and players will move on to the game on Saturday. So where it stands at this moment in time, it's the most important, because it's the next game.
Obviously, with there being such a large number of games in a short space of time, are we likely to see any changes with this being a cup game, or, as you say, with it being the most important game, are we going to see another strong team?
Yeah, it'll always be a strong team. We'll have a look, and we made some assessments today, and we had a couple of knocks, and players haven't played as many minutes as what they like to, and it was the first 45, first 90 for a couple, and so we've had a look, and we'll assess, and we'll go with the strongest team that our feels the best team and the strongest team to go and win the game on Saturday. So yeah, we always play our strongest team available for the up and coming fixture.
Obviously, we asked you after the game yesterday about the injury to Ash Baker. Obviously, he will have been assessed this morning by the medical team. How is his injury and how's the rest of the squad availability?
Yeah, it was purely precaution yesterday, and hopefully it is as well. You're probably going to need 48 hours for it to really settle down, so we'll know a lot more tomorrow. But it was a lot better than what we thought it was last night. So we are in the same place. The two injuries we've got is Paskey and Jordan Davis, and apart from that, we've got everyone fit and ready to go.